Ash, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you feel brat?
No,
Why?
not at all.
Why?
It's it's weird. It Many of the songs are just a little awkward, very annoying. I feel like a lot of the songs suffer from two different issues. Either the chorus is terrible and annoying and it ruins the rest of the song even if the rest is fine, or the rest of the song is fine but the chorus is so obnoxious that it ruins the song.
It's like you can do like repeating choruses well. I don't think she does on this album.
No. Some of the choruses, like for certain songs, like I'm fine with repeating choruses, but there's some even with the shorter songs where I'm like, this might go on a little too long.
I mean, all the songs on this album are are all kind of shorter songs. I don't think there's a single song longer than like, I think 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, the longest song is three minutes 31 seconds.
No, this album is talked about as one of the best of 2024. One of the best pop albums, if not the
It
best one.
is. I hear people praising it.
I watched a guy praising it earlier, just to get a different perspective on things. And I, I should have known the album was gonna be bad because he opens up with, "Hello, my guys,
Guys,
gals, and
girls, and
non-binary
non-binary.
pals." Yeah,
Yeah,
non-binary pals.
I don't know. I've looked at reviews. I see a lot. I've seen some people who have honestly criticized it and not called it the best, but I've seen a lot of people praising it to all hell, being like it's amazing and everything.
Truly,
And I
truly, I blame the gay community and Anthony Fantano.
yeah, it's all their fault.
This album, the praise of this album, it absolutely is.
Yeah,
Who else could be blamed for this?
true. You can't blame Brad Taste in music because he's not posting right now.
He did post about this album.
Oh, he did. Okay, never mind. I take it
You
back.
fucking Jesus Christ. But no, those are our general thoughts on the album. Well, I'll save our ratings till the end. Let's get into the first track, 360. Honestly this is a great opener. I really like the boop boom boom ba doom ba da. I like the
Yeah,
instrumental. The lyrics, they're above average. Like, I like them. I like that she like mentions the producers, and that it this the intro song, it truly does feel like a club song.
it does. On my first listen, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't huge on it, but when I listened to it the second time, I honestly vibed with it. I heard it again and I'm like, actually, maybe my opinion will change and I will like it after like getting a good perspective on this song and then, well, that didn't happen. But I do really like this song.
Like this out like I don't. I think looking back at the album as a whole, I think it does paint a because like a bunch of these songs are self empowerment anthems, and the other half are like sad sack anthems. I think this gives a this is really good at setting up like the self empowerment tracks. I think the themes
Yeah.
are kind of felt
I
throughout.
think this Yeah. Well, I think the themes overall throughout the album are actually pretty good. I just think the overall sound kind of sucks.
No, that I'm not really unsympathetic or opposed to what she's saying. It's more of like an artistic difference, I think. But yeah, the chorus on this is great. Uh, Truly great. I would give it a 7 out of 10.
I think I agree with you. I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
Now, the next track is actually just a club track, and it's awful. I hate it. This is a terrible
It
song.
is. This is one of my least favorite. I like when I said the first on my second listen, I thought I might like it more when I heard 360 again, and I really vibed with it. And then I heard this song, and I realized it was not going to be that way. It's just I found no enjoyment in this song whatsoever.
I hate the chorus on this. It's awful.
Yeah, it really is.
This album, she's like really trying to like she's trying to she's being very forward. In an interview she said that like this album, what she talks about on here is like stuff she just talk about with like her friends, and she's trying to put that out in a very forward, like fierce, if that's the correct word, kind of way. And I think one of my problems with the album is kind of here with like the instrumental and how she does like the choruses and refrains. I just don't like it that much. I think I remember the bridge being really bad. Like she's doing too much to achieve too little.
I agree.
Like the lyrical content is not enough to make up for the just lackluster everything else.
Yeah, certain parts just they just don't sound very good overall. I get the point behind it, but it just doesn't sound good. I don't hear like I'm looking back at the lyrics right now. When I get to the club, 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 fuck, 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 like it's I don't know.
I mean, like there's
That's
ways
kinda,
to make that good, make that sound good.
yeah. I don't think the way she does it
Yeah,
works.
no, she doesn't.
And like with the repetitiveness, this I think like it's fine to be repetitive, but I think overall this song like suffers from it too much. There's too much repetition. The whole song is pretty much repetition.
Too much for too little.
Yeah.
And I would just give this song a 2. I just genuinely just don't like it.
Uh, yeah, I agree too. 1.5 to a 2.
Sympathy is a Knife. This is an interesting track. This is the sad thing. This song is like actually just like sad. She's very vulnerable. That's another thing. I do think that she does show her vulnerabilities really good throughout the album. Like she's good at that aspect.
Yeah.
I think the song is like instrumental. Or like the entire song is. I think the song's just mediocre, but I really like her vocal performance on
Yeah.
verse or like verse 2. What she's saying, like she's like giving that example of the why I want to buy a gun, why I want to shoot myself. I think it's like I think her emotions like truly come through.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the emotions are very good. Overall, like the actual lyrics behind this song are very well done and her singing is fine. I just think overall with the instrumental and stuff, it's a little lackluster. It doesn't really as much as I can appreciate it, it doesn't hit me very hard. I feel like reading out the lyrics and listening to the song, I get more emotion just paying like reading them out to myself.
I don't agree with that.
I don't know. Overall, I don't think the sound hits me too hard. I don't think it's necessarily a bad song, like you said. I think it is like mediocre.
I said it was mediocre.
I know I said like you said. I don't know. It doesn't really hit me that strong. I like the lyrics, just the overall sound does not hit me that hard.
Yeah, I give this song a 5.
Yeah, 5.
The next song, I might say something stupid, is genuine. I genuinely just really like this song. I think it's a very good song. Like, this is a even better sad song.
I'm gonna say it right now. Over all the songs in the album, this is my personal favorite.
I don't agree with that, but this is probably my second favorite. I really like everything about it.
Yeah, I do really like this song. I think the overall sound works really well. The lyrics work really well. Her singing, I don't really see any problem with this song.
Like the piano is really good.
Yeah.
The vocal effects on this song. With another song later, we'll see just like the very, very short songs on this album. They're just really focused, and I really like that. They don't seem to be overproduced like a lot of the other songs on this album.
I agree. Even though so little is said in the lyrics of the song, I can really like get in her head with this song more. Even though it's very simple, as opposed to some of the other songs.
You can feel what she's putting out.
Yeah.
Obviously you can't really relate to being a superstar, but you can kind of relate to her to some of her feeling, or like she's not really anything, and like she's not really like she doesn't fit in.
I don't have too much more to say with this track. I really like this track. This is the one track I'd probably come back and re-listen to a lot.
Yeah, I give it an 8.
I give it a 9.
And now we have Talk Talk, and chorus is fine.
Yeah, like I like the song somewhat. I don't think it's anything special. I kind of enjoy the chorus, which makes me like it, but
I
the
don't like it.
lyrics don't really hit me hard. You don't? I don't know. I
No.
like it. It's probably, I mean, it's not like a super strong song for me. Like I like it to a point, but it's not something I'd probably re-listen to a lot.
No, I mean, to be fair, like, none of these songs are songs I'd re-listen to.
That's, to be fair, yeah. The only one I would is I might say something stupid. This song just, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't hate it. If somebody put it on, I could probably get with the chorus, but overall, with the rest of
I'd
the
say
lyrics
I
and the
say
overall
I'm
sound.
taking. If someone put this on in the car, give me back the fucking aux.
I will say the very last verse I really don't like, where it's oh, talk to me in French, talk to me in Spanish, talk to me in your own made up language. That whole section. I mean, the lyrics themselves don't really sound that bad. Just the way she actually like sings it and it's presented. Just I really hate the ending.
I really don't care about the ending. I think
It
with
is kind of a
the
forgettable song.
yeah, I think this album's forgettable. If you can't tell by now, we don't like the or I don't like the album.
Yeah. I
Ashley
mean,
likes it.
I like it to an extent. I think it's okay. It's nothing where I'm like, this is an amazing album. I want to re-listen to it a bunch. I think it's okay.
This song's like a 4.
I'd give it a 5.5.
All right, now the next song, this is the lead single of the album. I would point out, I'm pretty sure Ash didn't do this either. I listened to none of these. I listened to none of these as singles. I just listened to them now the first time as like on the album.
Yeah, no, I didn't listen to any song before this. I came into the album fresh on every song.
Yeah, so if there's like, I assume there isn't, but if there's any fucking hidden details we missed, don't fucking crucify us. If there's like single versions.
I would be curious though. You can mention it in the comments. I would definitely be interested if there's anything we missed.
I won't care.
Okay. Well, I will.
Fuck you. Anyway, the part where I remember this song because the part where she goes, "I'm your number one," is really fucking annoying.
I didn't find it too annoying. I wasn't huge on it, but I honestly didn't mind that part too much. Overall, this song I came out. I didn't think it was anything special. Again, I just thought it was like slightly fun.
No, I hate that part. It leads back into the repetitive. She uses repetitiveness too much on this album.
I do think she does. I don't know. I both times I listened to the song, I just came out basically same opinion. Like I don't think it's amazing. I think it's fine. I wouldn't care if somebody put it on, but I don't care too much either way. Not something I'd really re-listen to. Just if somebody threw it on, I wouldn't mind. Probably be fine like if it was like party music, like club music. Overall, I don't know. Again, it's
2
again
out of
kind
10.
of even though it's I wouldn't put it that low. I'd give it a flat 5. It's something I wouldn't mind listening to, but I don't really care about.
All right, next song. Everything is romantic. This song is apparently about an Italian family she saw on vacation. It made her start thinking about stuff.
I did not know that.
Yeah, no, you didn't. And not much to say about this song. I don't really care for it. I don't really the outros. I don't like the outro.
I don't like the outro either. That's what I was gonna criticize. Like the rest of the song is just like a I don't care kind of thing. It just it sounds fine, I guess. It's not something I really care about. And then the outro is
Bad.
really annoying and definitely too repetitive. She says "fall in love" again and again way too many times. It's literally if you're looking through the lyrics on Spotify, half of the scrolling is just the "fall in love" again and again part.
Why are you looking at the lyrics on Spotify, not like Genius?
Probably would be easier to look at a Genius. I don't know. I just had Spotify pulled up. I mean, it shows you the same lyrics because for her, there's lyrics on every song. I've already looked, so.
I'm pretty sure this is just her biggest album.
I think it is. It was. I know seeing stuff before it came out. It was hyped up to all hell by people.
Yeah. Which I guess kind of lessens the impact of some of the lyrics on some of the other songs, where she complains about only being indie.
Yeah,
The song's like a 3.
I'd give it a 2. I didn't really like it.
Now the song Rewind, really love the concept of this song. Just the I always like the Chance the Rapper's nostalgia. I always just like it when they when the just artists like go back and like compare stuff to their past.
Yeah, I mean, the overall thing is interesting, but personally, I don't know. This is the one I mentioned before that on my first listen I actually thought was okay, and then on my second listen I really didn't like the sound of it.
I don't think it's a good song at all. I think I don't like the way it's really put together. But I think
Yeah,
verse
exactly.
2 is
But
good as hell. Like, I think that's probably just one of her best, like one of the best portions of the album lyrically.
um, I don't know if I'd give it that much credit. It sounds fine with verse 2. Overall, it just I don't know. I like the I like what the lyrics are saying, but I don't enjoy the sound of this really at all.
Yeah, this concept has been done better.
Yeah.
And also, there's better songs with the same name.
Yeah.
But just everyone, you should go listen to Rewind by Nas. It's a way better song. It's like a 4.
Uh, I'd give it 3.5. One of the songs that I actually do like quite a bit is the next song, So I.
Do you know who Sophie is?
I do not.
Because this song is essentially well, not essentially. It is just a tribute to her. Singer died in Greece. He fucking fell off a building. And
Oh,
Ash, I think you can really relate to that. As your almost dad also fell off a roof.
that is true. That is not why I like the song. I did not even know that. I personally think the sound on this song is pretty good. And even though it does have a slight bit of repetition, it is way less than on a lot of the other songs.
I think the repetition on the song works. This is my third favorite from the album. I just genuinely think it sounds pretty good, and there's there is one lyric in particular that I think hit pretty hard. You'd say, "Come on, stay for dinner." I'd say, "No, no, I'm fine. Now I really wish I'd stayed." Like that hits hard knowing what happened to her. Like she just kind of fucking died out of nowhere. Like
Yeah,
It's a kind of scary thing to think about.
yeah, that does work. I don't know. I with the repetition too, I think just the line "you had a power like a lightning strike" is really really good.
You can see that she cared about this person, even though
Yeah,
me and Ash, we no idea who fuck Sophie is.
yeah,
Didn't know who she was till this album. I feel like she's giving like a proper goodbye to this person, even though I don't know who she is.
yeah. It makes you kind of care about the person even though you don't know them,
Okay, I
which
wouldn't
is
go that
good
far.
for a song.
I wouldn't go
I
that
said
far.
kind of. I'm not talking about like listening to the song I'm gonna cry, but like it gives you it's like I don't know who this person was, but I kind of feel bad for what happened to them.
I can feel. I think she's a very emotional person. I can like feel the emotion when her fucking vocals aren't being.
Like awful.
Yeah, when the vocal effects aren't too much, or the instrumental isn't god awful.
Yeah. That's one thing I've noticed. A lot of the songs, the instrumental, I don't really get with, and I like electronic dance music type stuff. I've listened to just instrumental electronic dance music albums and really got with them. I just don't think it works well on this album. The instrumentals are just not very good.
I mean, the worst part is her vocal performances.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. Some songs have it fine, but just some of the things, some of her lines, the way she says them, just feel delivered off. Like sometimes I'll listen to a song and I'll be like, it's kind of okay, and then I'll hear like one or two lines be delivered really awkwardly, and it'll kind of sour it a bit.
I don't know. I think the worst part is just her vocals. The instrumentals are fine.
I don't know. I think overall, like most instrumentals, mediocre. Don't really care. They're not that great. there's a few that are really good, and then there's a few that are really bad that I just really don't get with.
None of the instrumentals were. None of them are good enough to stick out. None of them are bad enough to stick out either.
I don't know. I have a, well, for the next song after we do this, I have a point for the instrumental, but
Yeah, you want to lead us off into
um,
that one? Oh wait, hold on. My
we
rating
gotta
of
do
So I is
ratings.
just an 8. I think the song's just an 8. It's pretty good.
I'd give it a 7. So the next song, "Girl So Confusing," this is my personal least favorite song in the album. This is the one where I really don't like the instrumental, and the like main chorus part with the repetition is god awful. It's so annoying. It just ruins the whole rest of the song.
I don't like the song either. I think it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I just her delivery in the chorus is really really bad.
It's so confusing to be a girl.
The way she says it though, like it's so
Girl,
confusing
girl,
sometimes
girl,
to
girl,
be a
girl.
girl. Like the way she pronounces girl is like really odd. It reminds me of the one Beastie Boys song, but the difference is the Beastie Boys song, while not being that great, called Girls, was actually kind of fun. Meanwhile, this just makes me want to rip my hair out. I can't stand it. It's so annoying.
Those two albums are. I haven't listened to the Beastie Boys song, but I can only assume they're going for different things.
Yes, they are. I'm just talking about like the way they go about it, and even the way they kind of say "girl" is similar, but that song's a lot more fun.
Man, this album's not. This album's not a fun album.
Yeah, and depends on the song. I would argue some songs, even if they're not the best, are a little fun, but definitely not this one.
Like none of the
The
songs are
overall
even
album,
trying to be fun. It's just the entire concept is different.
and with that, like with the chorus being awful, the rest of the verses are just kind of forgettable. They don't,
Yeah, I
I
just
don't know,
don't
they don't
care
make
for
me
what
feel
she's talking.
anything.
I just do not care what she's talking about. I don't care for the instrumental. There's nothing to say about this song.
Yeah,
The song's a
this
1 out of 10.
I'd give it a 0 out of 10. I wouldn't give it any credit. Even this is the song with the worst instrumental, I would say.
Yeah, I can get diggy with that. I agree. The next song, I also have nothing to talk about.
Uh, yeah, the song, honestly, I listened to the album twice and I barely even remember this song. This is like the one song I don't remember. It's just very forgettable. It just doesn't make me feel anything. I don't necessarily think it's the worst thing in the world either. I don't really like it. I don't care for it.
I think the song is boring and bad, as opposed to you just thinking it's boring. I also, I'm pretty sure I remember the interlude just being awful. But honest to God, I listened to this album twice. I just don't remember this song.
Exactly. That's pretty much the same thing for me. It's just it,
I remember all the other songs pretty well. When I came to this one, oh damn.
I mean, I did my re-listen like 3 hours ago, like maybe even a little less, and I still don't remember this
Yeah, we,
song
we
much.
we both did our re-listens on this day like a couple hours ago.
Yeah, like honestly, I feel like that's a worse thing. Like a bad song, at least you can remember it. If you got a song that just provides like no push to it, you just don't care, you can't remember anything about it, that's might honestly be worse.
Well, the song's a 1. I don't like the song.
Honestly, yeah, I think I'd agree. One.
But the next song, we had problems with repetitiveness in our choruses before. I like it on this one. Not the refrain, like the actual chorus. The refrain ruins it for me. I like the chorus.
Yeah, the way you were talking about it, I thought it was gonna be worse. I don't really mind the refrain. It's not the best thing ever, but even though the chorus is repetitive, I really like the chorus on this. Like I was actually vibing to this song. I like it a lot. Or well, I wouldn't say a lot. A lot's giving it too much credit. I like it a bit.
I besides the chorus, I think nothing else on this song is good. The refrain is awful. Generally drags down. Like reverses anything positive I have to say about the song. Like it equals out just being bad because the refrain is that awful.
I don't know if I necessarily agree. I mean, the refrain's definitely the weakest part, but I wouldn't say it's like so awful it really hurts it that much. I would say the refrain is just like eh, it definitely brings the song down a little bit, but it doesn't really
A
affect it
lot.
too much for me.
I think it brings it down a lot. I genuinely hate it. Probably one of the worst parts of this album.
I wouldn't agree with that. I wouldn't say it's that bad.
Well, I guess you're siding with the gays and Anthony Fantano on this one.
I guess I am on this one. I honestly I like this song. This is the type of song where it might not be like the highest rated thing, but if I was like hanging out with somebody and they put this on, I could probably get with it.
No, the song's a 3. 3.
I'd give it a 6.
I I think "Girls So Confusing" into our next song, "Mean Girls." I think this is like the just an awful spread on the album. I don't like this song either.
Yeah. This is my second favorite, not favorite, second least favorite. It is not my favorite. It is very bad.
I hate every aspect of the song except for like the piano interlude so much. There's nothing good about it.
I don't know. Honestly, my like first opinion when I heard it is like the very very start with like the yeah it's 2 a.m. Like it's simple, but it sets it up like oh this is gonna be it's not great, but it's gonna be okay. And then you get to that like main repetitive part with this one's for all my mean girls, and it just it destroys anything I could like about it. It's an awful repetitive chorus. There's nothing to like about it.
Truly, lessening the name of a great movie. That's all I have to say about the song. I have nothing else. I just don't like it. The song's genuinely like a 1 out of 10.
I agree. It is a 1. I wouldn't give it the 0 like I'd give Girls So Confusing, but it is a 1.
Now the next song, this song's awesome. This is genuinely a great song. This is the song I was this is the song I was talking about earlier, and I mentioned the short songs being the best. This song is so focused; it focuses on one topic. Like her mental state is brought up constantly. Like it complements it so much. The instrument, like the vocal effects, aren't too much. They actually add to the song. Like you can feel like the indecisiveness or like her wanting to make this. You can feel the weight of the decision. You can feel the emotion.
Yeah, the way you talked about I might say something stupid. I figured this was your favorite. This is my second favorite. The overall the song, yeah, it is very focused. It sounds really good. Like some of these songs, like you can get a little bit more out of understanding the lyrics, but they don't sound good. Like I feel like this song you could not really understand what's going on with the song and still have a great time with it. It just sounds so good together.
I think everything.
The
works
instrumental
here.
is done very well in this song. Yeah, it pretty much all does work. I'd give it. Well, I don't know if you want to go into ratings more. Or you have more to say about it.
There's not that much to say. It's a short track, but it works so good.
Yeah, it does.
And this is the song. This is the song I like almost consistently see rated as people's least favorite.
Yeah,
Why?
I have not paid attention to that. I did not know it was rated the least favorite, but I do not get that.
No, I was looking at a bunch of reviews for this album because I wanted to get like different perspective, you know. I hadn't even like looked at Anthony like Fantano's review prior to like yesterday. God, the way people talk about this album is genuinely awful.
Yeah, honestly, the thing I've noticed though is most of my except for I really like 360, which is the most popular song. Other than that, most of like the songs I would actually come back and re-listen to, like I might say something stupid or I think about it all the time, or songs I even somewhat like, are normally the ones that have less listens. The ones that are listened to a lot more are just not as good, and I don't understand why it's got this like opposite perspective where they think the more like over the top songs are better.
Are you talking about streams?
Yeah.
Well, that absolutely makes sense. Well, you don't play those songs at the club. You don't play those songs at parties.
True. That is true.
I love hearing a woman be indecisive about about having a baby at the club. You know.
Yeah.
God, you're fucking retarded.
I think the album would be a lot better if more of the songs were like toned down, like the shorter songs like this filled up the album instead of a lot of the stuff that does. I think I'd have a different opinion on the album.
No, the song's like a 9 out of 10. I really like it.
I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. I was gonna say 8, but I think I'd up it a little. It's right behind I Might Say Something Stupid for me.
And now the last song. I don't like it. It's the first. It's essentially the first song, but it's worse. The instrumental's a little different, and there's the thing at the end, which I don't like. I think they're going for a loop type of thing.
Yeah, I think there is a loop type of idea. I don't think it's as good as the opener, but I do not dislike it. I kind of like the loop idea,
I never said
and
I
overall, I
disliked the
kind of
loop
get with
idea.
this. That's true. I don't know. I can get with it. I actually like it. I like kind of tying it back around. I think it actually sounds okay. Like it's not as good as the very first song, but I think it's
Mm.
actually still quite good. I enjoy it. I think there's a good opener and there's a good end off, even if overall the album's not my favorite. I actually do quite like this.
No, I don't like this. I don't like the bridge. I don't like the build. I just think it's bad, Bob.
I I quite like it. I think like the very end part is a little weak, but overall I like the song.
I think she should have just ended with "I think about it all the time," a powerful emotional ender to go out for a pretty emotional album.
Yeah, that is true. I don't know. As much as I like the song, I mean, I would be fine with cutting it out. Like you said, this album definitely needed to be cut down and edited a little. It might have been shorter, but it would have been a better overall project in my eyes. Overall, I do still like the ending song. I would give it a 6, which is the same I gave it a 360, but I think 360 is still slightly better.
Yeah, I'd give the song a 2. I just don't like it. I think besides "I think about you," or fuck, "I think about it all the time." I think the last after I think this album gets pretty bad. Like horribly bad. Like if it wasn't for "I think about it all the time," no redeeming qualities except for the hook on back to back or
That's not true.
B2B if you're annoying.
No, that's not true. You did say you really liked I Might Say Something Stupid too.
Are you? That's not the last leg of the album.
Yeah, or maybe I'm misunderstanding what you were saying.
I said the last leg of this album or after is pretty bad.
Oh.
Like horribly bad.
I think the last leg is definitely weaker than the like first part, but and like after so, or I should say after so I like the second half is definitely a little weaker than the first half, but I don't think it's as bad as you're saying. Like the split off, I think just overall it's kind of weak on both sides. There's some songs I can get with a little on occasion a good song, like a really good song, and then some pretty bad songs, and that's basically the whole album.
No, this I give this album's. I there's so many good things about this album. There's like diamonds in the rough. If you know what I'm saying. The two songs "I think about it all the time" and "I Might Say Something Stupid" show that like on she like this album could have worked.
Yeah, I think it could have.
I just think like this album was like experimental and like the electronic elements of it. It's not that different from some songs of like 100gecs's discography. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
can see it. Yeah.
Maybe their songs are more focused, so I just like theirs more. But like I don't know, Bob. It could have worked, but it just didn't.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I mean, I think overall with some songs I liked it a bit more than you, but definitely not an album I would come back to. Not anything great by any means.
You won't think about this album all the time.
No, I will not.
Yeah, this album's a 3.5 out of 10 for me.
I don't know. I overall like out of 100 I gave it a 58, so if we're going by 10 like a 6. Like I overall I didn't think it was that low. I thought it was okay. There were some songs out of it I could get with a little, and obviously I really liked I Might Say Something Stupid, and I think about it all the time. But as a whole, like it was okay. I don't think it's like terrible, but it's nothing great. It's definitely not something I'd come back to. It's something I could get a little bit liking, but to the extent a lot of people are giving this album the credit, I think is a little insane.
I think this album is just the most overhyped album of 2024. I think that's a good way
yeah,
to put
I
my
would still agree with that.
that's a good way to put my thoughts into Cause on both Rate Your Music, it's number one for 2024, and it's number two on Album of the Year. Like, critics rate it high. Like, it's I just don't agree or see that. I just don't agree or see that.
Yeah, neither do I. I think there is a factor too, and it might not be everybody, but I think there is a factor of some people hype themselves up so much that they, even if they weren't as big on it, I feel like some people didn't want to admit it was lesser than what they wanted it to be, even if they liked it somewhat. I think there was
I just
definitely a lot of people who probably were hyping it up for a while and then it came out and they're like, well, realistically, I might give it a 70, but then they try to convince themselves like it's an 80 or a 90.
I disagree. I think just people just like this album.
I have seen some people sharing more of our opinion with it not being as good and some of the things just didn't work well together, but the majority is just like insane like love for this album to an extent I just can't understand.
No, this album's not good. And if you like it, you're either gay or just probably didn't get enough oxygen in the womb. Also, I did. We're not going to review. I did listen to Brat, but it's the same. But there's three more songs, so it's actually not. And all those songs are very mediocre, so there's nothing to say about it. If I see any of you mentioning it, I will
Yeah,
probably
I did
I'll
not
kill
listen to the
myself.
extra songs.
I'll kill myself. Don't do it. Samurai by Lupe Fiasco is better. If you're looking for better 2024 albums, there's that one.
Um,
Lupe.
Quadeca Scrapyard
I
came
don't know
out
what that.
2024. That has it's like hip hop and indie tronica. That's a way better album.
You have to ruin everything, don't you?
How the hell does that ruin anything?
All right, great. Video's over now. You ruined it.